with me today. You've been in Vegas like the last, what, 2 or 3 years with your dad?
Yeah, we went the very first
Okay.
year and then last year as well.
Okay, cool. Well, sweet. So I reached out to you because, in that time I've watched your dad's Call Sling account grow. So I know that there's a lot of client activity in there over the years. And then just from like kind of watching you from afar, I know that you're heavily involved with the growth of that business, helping your dad and kind of doing it with him. But there's been some changes recently over the last little bit. So why don't you kind of get us up to speed on like that business? Because you've now effectively helped and started that business, grew that thing up with your dad. And then now you kind of went off on your own and just kind of fill us in on the story because I think it's really cool.
Yeah, so my dad was really excited about it and he kind of wrote me in. He was like, let's do this as like a dad-daughter thing. And um, we were definitely on the slow boat. It took us about 2 years to grow that business to 10K per month.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's primarily lead gen and like referral based.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And then in December, I went ahead and stepped back from that business. We got it to 10K. They're kind of cooking along.
Mm-hmm.
Hired a few like part-time people to kind of help out with some of the work. And I started my second agency in January. And
This was just all you.
this one's just me. Yeah. In fact, I branded as a digital marketing strategist. So I'm not even really branded as an agency.
Okay.
We're just branded as like myself.
And you basically just kind of handed that business over to your dad and mom for like basically their retirement nest egg.
Yeah, yeah.
That's sick. That's super cool. Nice little nest egg.
Yeah, I think so. And it's neat to know that like we did that together as a family is super cool to have that kind of legacy.
Totally. So now you've kind of went off, you've learned what to do, learned what not to do. You've learned, one of the things you were saying to me before we started was just the speed at which it took you to get to 10K in that first 2 years. And then how you basically got to 65% of that in like a really short amount of time once you've went off on your own. And just like, anyway, kind of expand on that a little bit. Cause I think it's good for people to hear this stuff because there's like this growth curve in business. And like, when you're climbing that curve, it's so hard to understand that once you finally get everything clicking and understanding and you've hit your potholes and you've broken down and all this stuff, it's hard for people to understand that it gets really easy. Business starts to get easy and simple. And then you get to start choosing the types of clients you work with and you get to become more picky and you get to decide, you don't just take everything that's thrown at you, like the tables turn. A lot of people never get to that point because they throw the towel in too early,
Yeah, and it's super cool to actually get the opportunity to, instead of just saying like, oh, if I started over again, I would do it this way. I actually am starting over again and get to like do all of those things I said I would do differently. And it's had a huge impact so far because it has grown really quickly in 4 months, not just as a monetary value, but also my parents' business is at 10K with like 17 clients. And I'm currently at 6,500 with 3. So in terms of like time and client management, that's really valuable to me.
Totally. And, last year in Vegas, I don't even know if I put it in the reload replay or not. I have to go back and look because I kind of left it for the group there. But the thing I mentioned to everyone when I had my talk on stage was I said, listen, every single one of you guys in this group are going to come in contact with business owners. And there's a certain amount of the business owners that you speak to that are going to say, yep, I'm too busy. I don't understand this crap. Take it over. You do it. Okay. And let's just say in a pie chart, that was like 50% of them. I don't know. Okay. 50% of them that want or need your services are that person. And I said, there's another percentage of business owners that are more of like the weekend warriors at Home Depot that go in there and they want to paint their room themselves. They're never going to hire the painter because they're like, screw that. I can do it myself. And I said, for those people, you ought to create something that they could hand off to their receptionist or to themselves on the weekends and have another product, AKA a digital asset that you make one time and that you could sell 1,000,000 times. And so I didn't really know that you had went and taken my advice. I'm pumped that you have, because you're one of the few that has. A lot of people, like anything, they go to those conferences and then they leave, and then they don't take the steps, I think, of the things that we put in place, but you actually have. And I really like that, because it's so smart that you're going to give yourself a bigger opportunity to make money from the people you're already talking to. And of course, this product, Limitless Prospecting, we're talking about all different types of prospecting techniques, which kind of dovetails me into how you're utilizing your positioning and a Facebook group to fill your pipeline full of the people that might be client stuff where you do the work for them, or you might sell them this, do-it-yourself kit that you've created, which you have sold 10 copies of it at $1,000 a pop in the last few weeks. So it's clearly the advice I gave you was sage, right? You just took the action.